This reading will be for Beyonce and Jay-Z. I'm going to be looking into what's happening in their marriage. Not just that, I'm also going to be looking into the allegations about Beyonce doing drugs. I'm also going to be looking into her situation with her sister, Solange. Some people are saying that there's issues with that. Before I begin, though, let me just see what's happening in their marriage. What can we see? What's the overall energy surrounding their marriage? All right. Well, they feel like they have to defend themselves. That's what I'm seeing. It's an energy of like pushback. This Seven of Wands represents you like trying to defend yourself, as you can see with the imagery. Wands can also represent individuals, like people's energies, right? People are directing a lot of energies at them. Not just that, this black wand, it represents defense. So it's kind of just like everyone is pouring their opinions at this couple. They're defensive. They feel like they have to be on guard. Interesting. What else is happening? It's taking a blow to sort of just like their image, who they are. This is interesting, right? Because this represents defending yourself. This represents either coming out of a fight or dealing with the fight. So, I mean, they're dealing with things. You know, this sort of speculation with people's opinions, ideas, it's getting to them. It's definitely getting to them. What else can I see? What else is happening with this marriage? That's fascinating, actually. There's also energies of not being content. What can we see with this energy of not being content with this Eight of Cups? We obviously know that they're not content with sort of just like people's opinions and shit. But what else can we see? What is that not being content about? Abundant Legacy Avenue. This 10 of Pentacles. Well, this is really deep, actually, because they're thinking about their legacy. You see? Abundant legacy. The 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles represents sort of just like your legacy, which you've been working to create for your family, for yourself. Things that you've been investing in. That means a lot to you. It's kind of just like the vibe that I'm getting is they feel like what they built up is starting to be torn down. That's what I'm seeing. It is affecting the marriage. What else can I see about this situation? It's fascinating. What else can we see about this situation? This Five of Cups. They want to find joy, is what I'm seeing. They definitely want to find joy in a whole Hollywood situation, but there's a reluctant energy. You see how this lady's looking a little bit shy? It's a reluctant energy. They want to share more of their life, but it's kind of like a reluctant energy, right? And this is deep because it makes me think of strategy, because we know that like Beyonce and Jay-Z, they don't like to put their business out there. But it's kind of like what I'm seeing is they want to share more. So that's actually interesting. So that's what's happening with their marriage thus far. That's like the big concern for them is their image and them protecting themselves. Now that I'm going to look into the questions that I have here, because I wrote down a few questions. So the first question I wrote down is, Are they in a loveless marriage? What can I see? Are they in a loveless marriage? What can we see? It's trauma in this marriage. I'm definitely seeing trauma in this marriage with this Nine of Swords. What else is happening? There's distance. I'm definitely seeing distance with this Two of Cups. See what I mean? It would be different if it was like upright, but it's in reverse. So it's showing me distance. There's definitely distance. And it's a mutual distance. This distance has to do with beliefs. The Hierophant has to do with beliefs. It's a split as far as beliefs about how things should go, how things should be. Not just that, past situations, past problems. What else can we see about this situation? Because of one night stands. You know what I mean? I'm seeing cheating. So it's kind of just like growing apart because of cheating. Not just that, I'm also getting aging. You see how this is an older lady here? It's kind of just like a separate opinions, separate beliefs. Excuse me, let me have a glass of water. Too many readings, so I don't know if you call that losing your voice or what. But I guess that's what that is. But yeah, I already got into that energy, so it's kind of just like it is distance. I'm seeing distance. You know what I mean? Is it loveless though? Because it's kind of like loss. There's love loss. Vibe of kind of just like thinking about shit in the past, like having issues because of one night stands and shit. It's because you do care. So it's kind of just like, yeah, Beyonce cares about him, but it's kind of like love loss. Things are changing. That's what I'm seeing. Let me get Jay-Z's energy, because this is actually Beyonce's energy. It's kind of just like, see this lady looking away? And this lady looking away here? And this lady here? This is Beyonce's energy. She's kind of just like, like, dude, you're a cheater. Not just that. I'm evolving. I'm maturing. I'm coming into my own being. Like, that's what I'm seeing. What else can I see? What is Jay-Z's energy? Is it like love between him? As far as like her? Like, what can we see? He cares about her. Oh yeah, he definitely cares about her. And look at this, and it fell on this card, right? So it's interesting, and it kind of fell on this card too. But if you look at this situation, it's kind of just like, okay, the lady's looking away. Yeah, this guy's eyes are closed, but it's because of pain. It's because of pain. It's because of guilt. It's remorse. It's remorse in this situation. He does have remorse because Beyonce's kind of like turning her back towards him. So it's kind of just like, this Ace of Cups represents love. You know what I mean? Represents different things depending on the reading. But obviously, because of the question, I'm seeing love. He definitely has love for her. But it's kind of like, she's starting to grow out of it. That's what I'm seeing. She's starting to grow out of it. So, I mean, very insightful. It's interesting. I'm going to get into the next question that I wrote down. These are just random questions I decided to ask because I'm curious about their whole situation. This one is a little bit more crazy. Is Jay-Z keeping Beyonce on drugs? What can I see? Is Jay-Z keeping Beyonce on drugs? Because that's like the rumor, right? That's happening. That Jay-Z is keeping Beyonce on drugs. What can we see? Is Jay-Z keeping Beyonce on drugs? This is interesting, right? This is very interesting. Because it's kind of like, from this energy, he's keeping Beyonce on something with this devil being here. He's definitely manipulative, is what I'm seeing. I'm definitely seeing a manipulative person. Not just that, he is the one sort of just like calling the shots. See, with this man holding the globe represents sort of just like your standing in life, right? How you get things done, how you do things. The man's holding the globe here. So it's kind of just like he is very influential. Not just that, this also represents the globe as well, the world. With her image, how she presents herself is what I'm seeing. So I mean, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Not just that, this King of Pentacles, it represents a businessman. And again, if you look at this businessman's face, his eyes are closed. So what I'm seeing is there is regret, there is remorse because of what he has to do because of business. So what's being shown to me is there is weird situations going on. There is definitely weird situations going on. Let's look further. What else? Is it drugs though? Because it's showing me like this is like crazy, but it's almost like a prisoner. And I know like this is what people are saying, like is Beyonce a prisoner? I'm gonna look into that. But what I'm getting thus far, it's kind of just like, you know, like a dance mom, like how a dance mom sort of just like force their kid to like dance and compete, even though the kid doesn't want to, and there has to be like all this training and a sort of just like heavy regimen. That's what I'm seeing. It's like he keeps her in a heavy regimen. But let's see. Is it drugs though? Let's see. Is it drugs? Ah, wow. I gotta be real with you guys. I gotta be real. I mean, it's like I don't even want to say it because it's so outrageous, right? It's some truth to the rumors. It's some truth to the rumors. That's what I'm seeing. It's some truth to the rumors. There's definitely some truth to these rumors. He's very manipulative. And it's so funny too because like it's so corny and stupid, but I don't know why the energies are telling me this because I received messages in my reading and I never brought this up, so this isn't kind of like a habit or anything, but I don't know why it's telling me like MK Ultra and it's so stupid. I don't know much of that, but I know like it's the shit people be saying as far as like mind control for celebrities and all of that. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing a regimen of sort of just like being forced to work, a regimen of drugs. But this is deep though. This is very deep because it's not telling me sort of just like street drugs, right? It's not that type of situation. This isn't a situation of like he has her on like typical street drugs. I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing sort of like a clinical situation, right? I'm seeing sort of just like a clinical situation for like, you know, like when you have someone on medication for like depression and shit, or medication for like performance enhancement, not just that, like mind altering sort of just like medication. That's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing here. And it is sort of like a reluctant energy. You see how this lady's looking? And it fell on the devil. So it's kind of just like, this is why there's distance. She's growing out of this situation. She doesn't want to even deal with this shit anymore. She's kind of just like, I'm over it. Not just that, he has regret for it. Because if you look, this guy, he's looking at, even though like his eyes are closed, but it's kind of like his, the position of his head, which represents sort of just like regret is. The regret is at this situation. He regrets all of this. Again, the head is like pointing at this situation. And the reason why I explain this for you guys, because I understand that not everyone obviously here is a tarot reader, and most people aren't intuitive to pick up messages from cards and shit. But I try to like let you guys in as far as like the imagery so it can explain a story instead of me just telling you like, yeah, this is what it is and she's on drugs and blah, blah, blah. Like I try to like let you guys see so you know that it's actually coming from somewhere. Like even though the imagery is kind of like 25% of it. 75% of it for me is kind of like the messages that I get as far as my body, what's being whispered to me. So what I'm seeing here is that, yeah, there's definitely situations going on with this. I mean, look at this. You got the fucking 10 of Wands. You got the devil. I mean, deep energies. So, I mean, there is truth. But again, it's not street drugs. This is a professional situation. This man, he has doctors doing this. This isn't just drugs that can be named. Like we wouldn't even be able to like name these drugs because it's like real drugs. You know what I mean? It's like clinical drugs. This isn't street drugs. So he's not keeping her like Whitney and shit. You know what I mean? All cracked out and being like perform. You know what I mean? That's why it makes sense now. That's why you don't necessarily see her all like shaking and shit. You don't really see the symptoms of like heavy drugs, like as far as heavy street drugs. But some people have made a point to say like she looks dead in her eyes. You know, some people say that. I'm not gonna look too heavy into that because like I don't care about that. Like, you know, a lot of people look dead in their eyes, but for some people, like, you guys like hearing shit like that because, you know, you guys be like, yeah, I seen it. So I mean, that's what I'm seeing thus far. It's definitely something with that, and it's true that he is keeping her on drugs. And it's funny because I was thinking like, this is stupid, so he's keeping her on like drugs and shit. But no, this is professional shit. This is a professional situation. This isn't no ghetto street shit. So I mean, this guy, shady businessman. He has regret though. Well, now let's see. Was the relationship only for power? Like, did they get into this relationship only for power? Because some people are saying that this is basically just like a business relationship. Like, was this sort of just like I don't know what you would call it, like a relationship that was only for power, like a Loveless situation where there was no love and they decided to get married because of their image? Like, what can we see? So let's see. All right, off the bat, the knight, like knights and shit, it represents actions, right? Kind of just like how you're coming to shit. This Knight of Cups, you see how he's pouring his cup out? What I'm seeing thus far from Jay-Z's angle of things, it wasn't a love sort of situation. And when this card flew out, it actually went in reverse. So it was upright originally, but it flew out in reverse. If it was upright, this is kind of just like, oh, like marry me or like let's date. This is a love situation, right? When it's in reverse, it represents sort of someone being manipulative about love. So I'm seeing manipulation about love offers, manipulation. What else can we see? So I mean, what he told her with this Three of Swords, he's kind of just like, I can save you, I can help you, I can build you up. Both of these images are in a good situation. You see, this is someone that's traumatized here. Obviously, we're looking at like what the card is, like the image at the top. What's being shown to me at the top is kind of just like, I can release you from your problems. That's what I'm seeing. So it's kind of just like, as it is, I'm not trying to offend anyone, but this is like energies almost like of a pimp. Kind of like, oh, I can save you, I can build you up. That's what I'm seeing. What else can we see? Very interesting. She didn't need it. She definitely didn't need it. But for her, what her concerns are, it's kind of just like the money. That's what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? This isn't someone that was in poverty. She wasn't in poverty. She was okay. You know, we know that she came from a decent home. You know, it wasn't a broke situation. I think I've heard her trying to say something like that, like in one interview or something, where she was kind of just like, her family had to make sacrifices and shit like that. But that may be so, but it's different. This isn't sort of just like sacrifices like you guys are just like in poverty and shit. So I'm seeing that, no, she didn't like need it. She definitely didn't need it. This is an energy as well of greed. Not just that, she wanted to have fun. You know what I mean? The Three of Cups represents celebration. This was fun for her. It was something different. It was a different lifestyle, excitement. That's what I'm seeing. This Ten of Pentacles, coming together to build a legacy, coming together for business. So, I mean, the energy, the imagery, it speaks for itself, right? So what I'm seeing is that this guy, he came to this situation as a pimp. You know, he didn't have like love and shit, like romantic love. Like now he grew to love her and shit, you know, to care about her. But what I'm seeing is that he came to her just like, yo, I can set you free. I can help you out. She was just like, okay, that sounds fun to me. Like, let's do this shit. Right? And it became a business situation. So what I'm seeing is that this relationship was for power. This is a situation. This isn't a love situation. This is a situation for power, excitement, power. That's what I'm seeing. It's funny, though, this Three of Swords, it brought a lot of misery, though. It brought a lot of misery. Because the Three of Swords isn't a good situation either way. It represents trauma. That's why both of the imagery on the cards, it's bad either way, right? Because you got this lady, she's in prison. You got this lady, she's basically in prison as well. Her clothes are tattered. Not just that, we know what the Three of Swords mean. Heartbreak, pain, sorrow. So, I mean, this guy, he came into her life and brought heartbreak, pain, and sorrow. He broke her down. More imagery of being trapped, right? Then it's kind of just like, okay, enjoying it now. She began to enjoy it. Not just that, the legacy. So, all right. I'm like taking my time to like do these readings. Sometimes like, you know, I pick up the energies and then like it's quick. But I understand that some people want the energies explained, right? So I'm explaining the energies more. But let's see. The next question I have is, how does Jay-Z treat Beyonce? So let's see. How does Jay-Z treat Beyonce? Moment of glory. So, I mean, again, this sounds like a coach, right? Like, yo, this is our moment of glory. Do you want your moment of glory? Again, it's giving me like that dance mom sort of like energy. That's the only like name I have for it. You know what I mean? Like dance mom or coach. But that's what I'm seeing. It's kind of just like a dance mom or coach. It's like he trains her. What else can we see? And the Six of Wands, again, has to do with success. So, I mean, success, that's a heavy thing for them. Particularly Jay-Z. It's kind of just like he trained Beyonce to be like caught up in that energy. Nostalgia. He likes to use the past. He definitely likes to use the past with this Six of Cups. He definitely uses the past. It's kind of like emotional ties. Emotional manipulation, right? That's what I'm seeing. Emotional manipulation. Not just that, the sun is in reverse. So what I'm seeing here is a happy situation. I mean, you know, the sun represents a happy situation. You know what I mean? And it's kind of just like, look, I made you into my wife. You know what I mean? Like, you're the empress. So it's all about titles here. You know what I mean? It's all about sort of just like the success. About like how they got to where they're at. That's what I'm seeing. So what I'm seeing is kind of just like him talking to her, like kind of like, you know, like, I don't know how long she's been in the industry, right? But let's just say like, oh, you've been married to me for this long. You've been in the industry performing for this long. And it's because of me. Like, even though I know that she was doing it before him, but it's kind of just like a narcissistic situation. It's kind of just like you're where you're at because of me. That's what I'm seeing here. Shady energy. What else can we see? How else does he treat her? Create with me. he just wants to create with her. As far as like making money. That's like this whole situation, create with me. That's what I'm seeing. This intuition, she's peeping things out. Like she's realizing things. That's what I'm seeing. She's coming into her intuition. She's looking at this create with me situation. Not just that, she's also thinking about sort of just like how she got to where she's at. Sort of just like what happened, the things that she went through. Energies of kind of like a lab rat. That's how she sees it. She's kind of just like, okay, I've been a lab rat. And all this guy has been doing is kind of like mixing, creating with love. Wanting to walk away. She wants to walk away. She wants to walk away because how he treats her is kind of just like a lab rat. That's how he treats her, like a lab rat. Not just that. This situation is shallow. It's a shallow situation. What also caught my eye is the stalking. Not just that, other ladies in the situation. Him having groupies. This is a shallow situation, right? And that's what she has the issue with. She wants loyalty. She wants loyalty as the empress, as the wife. She wants loyalty. But look where this groupie card fell on. The empress. So that's her issue. She has issues. She has grievances. She's not happy about it. Not just that. You see how like this card is like where the sun in reverse is? The walking away, the separation, the divorce. She wants to divorce this guy. She's not happy. She wants a divorce, is what I'm seeing. Because this is a not so happy setup. A not so happy marriage. Not just that, Jay-Z treats her like a lab rat. So, I mean, hey, fascinating, right? Does Beyonce treat Jay-Z? How's her vibe in this situation? The hangman. Don't come next to me. Don't touch me. Don't deal with me. She's rebelling. That's what I'm seeing. The hangman has to do with being stuck, right? But when this card came out, like, it was just like, don't touch me. Don't come near me. Don't do anything with me. It's a stuck situation. She doesn't want to have anything to do with him. There is distance. It's an energy of being unhappy. She's unhappy. She wants something else. All of the devil. She wants freedom. She wants freedom. So, I mean, this is actually really sad, right? Because it is a situation of being stuck. And I'm so surprised, right? I'm really surprised because I was just like, oh, people are on some dumb bullshit talking about like Beyonce's stuck, Beyonce's trapped. But I mean, this is what this reading has been showing this whole time. Like Beyonce being stuck, Beyonce being trapped. She doesn't want to deal with him. Not just that. It's kind of like she does things to cope in this marriage. She does things to cope. So it's kind of just like she might have extra drinks, right? Or she might pop pills. And let me just say that this is all allegedly. I have to say that because of like YouTube and all and reasons. But that's what I'm seeing. It's kind of just like for her, she doesn't feel like she needs him as well. With this Queen of Pentacles, she's like, I don't need him anymore. Like, I have my own shit. Like, I have my own name. I have my own situation. It's kind of like an Ike and Tina Turner situation. I'm going to be real. I'm not seeing physical abuse. The reason why I said Ike and Tina Turner situation is because it's kind of just like Tina Turner, she just wanted her name. You know what I mean? She's kind of just like, okay, yeah, you helped me. Yeah, you like built me up. But she's kind of just like, everything else isn't even worth it. Like, I don't even need the image anymore. So, like, yeah, the image of Beyonce is important, right? That's important for her. But at the same time, it's kind of just like, realistic moment. Like how some people say things like, oh, I don't care about working here and I want to leave, even though like that's their only source of income. It's kind of just like, so what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to eat? You know what I mean? So it's that sort of situation. So it's like, yeah, she do care about her image. But at the same time, she's at the point where it's kind of just like, I don't even care about my image. Like, you know what I mean? I'm who I am already, right? The Queen of Pentacles is an established female. She's like, I'm an established person. She's like, I don't need you, dude. And the Judgment, wanting freedom. Judgment's coming to this relationship. Judgment is definitely coming to this relationship. This relationship does have occult situations in it. I'm going to just call it as it is. It's definitely a lot of occult things going on in this relationship. And it's funny because it's kind of just like, why now are people like saying things about their relationship? Like, yeah, people always talk, right? About like silly shit, right? About like occult things that Beyonce and Jay-Z are in. But it's funny, it's like people aren't really having respect for them like that. You know what I mean? That judgment. Judgment can mean multiple things. Divine judgment, right? Not just that, the judgment of your peers, of people that know of you. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like a breakdown of the image. People are coming to conclusions. And for her, what I'm seeing is that she doesn't want to have anything to do with him. So how she treats him, again, she's just like, yo, don't touch me. That's what I'm seeing. Not just that, she secludes herself a lot. Not just that, it's kind of just like if she can get away, she gets away and she does her own thing. She doesn't even want to think about the shit. You see how this lady looks? She looks like agitated. She looks mad. So this is interesting that this is an established lady, but she's pissed off and mad. Not just that. She's not even trying to look at the past. This lady, she has her sights on the future. The position of her head is at the future. This is the future. So she's looking at the future. She doesn't even want to deal with this shit anymore. So I mean, deep. The next question I have here is, did Jay-Z groom Beyonce? I mean, that was already answered, basically, with the drugs and shit. But let's see. What else can we see? All right. Yeah, he groomed her. Ah, damn, I can't even believe I said it like that. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. When energies of, child abuse come up, grooming and weird shit, when that comes up, this card confirms it. This card definitely confirms it because this creepy dude is a groomer. So, I mean, yeah, she was groomed. You know what I mean? Because people say that he met her when she was young. I don't know how young she was, to be honest. I don't know. I just know that this is what people are saying. Like, he groomed her. I don't know if you can be groomed at 17. I don't know if he met her younger because I keep hearing that he met her when she was 17. I don't know. But it's kind of just like a grooming situation, right? Because grooming doesn't necessarily just mean youth. It's kind of just like grooming is kind of just like when you sort of just like try to infuse your beliefs, right, into someone. So that's what I'm seeing. I'm definitely seeing that. But for her, she's mature. She's a mature lady. Like, she's aware now. She's aware of this shit. And that's what he's looking back on. Regret. Because it's kind of just like, yeah, he did groom her and shit, but she's a mature lady. Like, she knows what things are. She's experienced now. Like, she lived life. You know what I mean? That's what I'm seeing. She lived life. And I'm going to just call it as it is. If you guys, because I said it in my previous reading, that, like, she already had sexual experiences with other guys. You know what I mean? Because of his whole cheating and all that. So she's experienced things. Yeah, people don't necessarily know that. But obviously, the energy showed me it. Like, she experienced shit. She definitely experienced shit. Not just that, more of this particular Seven of Cups, especially in this deck, right? Even like in traditional tarot, it can represent kind of like drug use or over like indulging in drink. It also represents opportunity. But if you look at this situation, this person all passed out, you know what I mean? This drug situation, that's what I'm seeing. So I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I'm definitely seeing grooming, and I'm seeing drugs here with the Seven of Cups. I mean, opportunities, not just that, indulging in heavy drinking and drugs. So again, it's confirming the energies of earlier. So fascinating. Question is Beyonce trapped? I already got into that. So yeah, she's trapped. So this is gonna be my last question. Are all these sort of just like rumors and shit that are coming out, allegations, whatever you want to call it, is it orchestrated by kind of just like higher ups in their industry? Because it's funny that like their facade is starting to break down. So is it an organic situation, or is this sort of just like happening because it's their time to fall? Like the industry is trying to like bring them down. You know how like they say like the industry will bring you up and it'll tear you down. So I'm trying to see like, is that what's happening here? No, just truth is coming out. Also works. The Ace of Swords represents truth. So it's not even the industry. It's just truth that's coming out. Not just that, the world, what they've been doing. You know what I mean? It's weird shit that the energies are telling me that I'm not going to even get into because it's just going to be too crackpot as far as like it being too wild. So I'm not going to even get into that. But it's kind of just like truth is coming out because of their deeds. Remember, you're standing the world is what the world means. The world means a lot of things like traveling and shit, but it also represents sort of just like you're standing in life. They're standing in life. Occult situations. That's what I'm seeing. Occult situations. When this card came out, it told me occult situations. There's occult situations. Not just that, truth is here. So the truth is just coming out. Not just that, their works. 80 with this Three of Swords. I mean, I can't think of the celebrities now because it just wasn't on my mind. But Beyonce and Jay-Z have allegedly, right, have destroyed a lot of celebrities' lives, right? People in the industry trying to come up, from small people, from even known people, because of kind of just like, oh, okay, you don't respect me, or you're not like going with like how I want things to go, so you're not going to work in this industry anymore. It's a lot of that, right? Because again, this Eight of Pentacles represents your work, your works. Shady works, right? Shady works in this situation. Some people say that, Jay-Z kind of just like groomed Foxy Brown and shit like that. I'm not going to get into all that, at least not now. But what I'm seeing is it's kind of just like shady works. There's shady works here. That's why truth is here. There's truth in this shit. There's truth. That's why people are talking about it. So this isn't even a situation of kind of just like the industry trying to tear them down. It's the energy of kind of just like truth is here. Because these people have been caught up in shady shit. Like, yeah, Beyonce, she's been trapped and whatever, or is trapped. But it's kind of just like, it's deeper than that. It's definitely deeper than that. And it's funny too, right? Because it's like a meme about Sia being trapped in the basement by Beyonce. I don't know where it came from, whatever. But what it makes me think of is, how like when sometimes people say things and it's the other way around? So it's kind of just like they always be saying things like, then kind of like the meme grew to like such and such is trapped by Beyonce. But the truth of the matter is, it's kind of just like Beyonce is the one trapped. You know what I mean? And that's kind of just like an intuitive message, right? Because it's something with that, right? It's kind of just like, where did that come from? Why did that happen? It's truth in that situation, but it's actually Beyonce who's trapped. So it's a lot of truth with the rumors is what I'm seeing. I'm very shocked because I was just like, okay, this shit is bullshit. You know what I mean? Because I didn't like care to like really put energy into thinking like, oh, is this real? I was just like, logically, it sounds stupid, right? But what I'm seeing here is that this shit is true. I mean, I'm gonna leave this reading here. Definitely tell me what you guys thought of this situation. I haven't had a long reading in a while. This actually makes me think of the reading I did for Kobe's wife, like the whole Kobe Bryant situation. That was kind of like a long reading. A lot of truth came out in that situation. So I mean, definitely like look that up if you haven't seen that. And yeah, also look at the Aaliyah reading I did. I mean, it was insightful. I'll say that much. But take care, guys.